Nalapat. Professor Nalapat, there's a fierce discussion going on in the parliament right now, sir, and several questions continue to get muddled because there's a lot of to and fro between the opposition as well as the government at this point in time. But what really needs to be our realization as far as intel reports and continuing such operations on the ground is concerned? The fact that we have now managed to neutralize one of the key executors of the Pahalgam terror attack, how critical is it for us to continue this momentum?
There's no question that it is critical to continue this momentum, and frankly, we join the parent that you have interviewed in his grief at the terrible loss. I mean, they went there for a holiday. They went there for a good time, and this is the time. This is what they got in exchange, and the reason was that the Pakistan army wants to destroy the Kashmiri economy. Tourism is a very important part of the economy of Kashmir. Several tens of thousands of people live well because of tourism. And the whole idea behind this terrible attack was to basically completely diminish the flow of tourists into Kashmir. But I'd like to say, as a tribute to the bravery of the people of India, that has not happened, and people have continued to go to one of the most beautiful parts of India, namely the state of Kashmir, the Kashmir, which is of course, the Union Territory. Now, I'd like to say very clearly that there's no question that every single hideout should be eliminated, and I think the biggest support for this will come from the local people. In Punjab, the tide was turned when the local people came out in overwhelming numbers and said, we are not going to tolerate our state being destroyed anymore. And they came out and they gave valuable intel, and as a consequence, terrorism was eliminated in the Punjab. And the same is now happening in Kashmir. People of Kashmir, frankly, overwhelming majority have understood the deadly effect of terrorism on their own lives, on their own futures, on the futures of their children. And they're therefore coming forward with intel, of course, naturally on a highly confidential basis. And as a result of that intel, the forces are very, if I may say so, a very valorous army and paramilitary forces are enabled to neutralize the terrorists responsible. I am very happy that one of the terrorists responsible has been, in a sense, neutralized so that he can no longer kill innocent people again. I again like to say that terror was wiped out in the Punjab, and terror will be wiped out in Kashmir, and you're seeing that happen in the heightened activity of the military and paramilitary forces, and in the much better intel that's available to them by the police there and by their own intel operations. So I'd like to say the first, if I may say so, requirement is overwhelming support of the people. We had that in the Punjab, and now we have got that in Kashmir, and we have seen that through the removal of Article 370, creating not a ripple, but this must continue until every single terror hideout is wiped out. It has definitely got to continue so that people feel completely safe and secure when going to one of the most beautiful parts of India, Devi.